have with us Mr. Harsh Jain, who is the founder of Groww. Harsh, stellar listing by Groww. So what do you have to say about the many investors who have actually got confidence in Groww's growth for their own investments?
See, we build Groww for the customers, to solve their problem, how they can invest and they can build wealth over time. Now with this, I think we're in an opportunity where a lot of our customers are also able to become our shareholders. It's a very important moment for us.
So now is the critical time also, Harsh, to also explain to your new investors that it's not just Groww, but even their portfolio and their investments is going to grow. Now you also don't have the compliance of giving the future outlook. What lies ahead in terms of growth proposition? I know you're expanding and diversifying into several segments, but give us a sense on your main bread and butter business growth propensity from here on.
No, so see, we see, India is a huge market with the penetration today. What we see is barely 2-digit, right? If you look at every developed countries, there's so many people in the country who have an access to capital market through different vehicles. It is mutual funds or ETFs or direct equity, even bonds, different products. And in the last 5-10 years, what we saw was the level of awareness and the education went really, actually the content penetrated across.
So Harsh, we have had this conversation before that the confluence of COVID and after demon, the capital market, investments, these two factors together created the right place for you.
But not really.
And of course your tech stack and you took advantage.
So what I want to tell there is that it is not just COVID or one event, because it changed the way people think, and it's not going. I mean, our strong belief is that change of thought is not going. So from here on, we see that the penetration should go. Really, it should continue. We don't need to have another COVID, and I mean, obviously, we don't need that.
Yeah, now the stickiness is there. It's the way of our life.
Absolutely.
Now, regulatory overhang is one of the biggest risk factors. And the second one is obviously the market momentum, for which I will come to you later.
Sure.
But first, the F&O trading, and that has had an impact on your broking business. A large part of the broking business revenues were coming in from F&O trading. How do you see the impact? And also, very recently, government has come out with very positive statements where finance minister also said that we don't want to ban this segment, and even SEBI chairperson has said that we don't want to take any major decisions because huge investments are involved. Does it give comfort, and what are you expecting from the regulator, and how will it impact your business?
So first of all, regulation is not a risk in our business or in general capital market in the country. See, the way we see is that if people in India have to have access to capital market through whichever products, it's a derivative products or investing products, it's a passive products like an ETF, we are the platform which is giving them access to the capital market, and regulators also want to do the same thing. We're also doing the same thing. They want to expand the market. We want to expand the market. They want to make it safe for the individual, for the retail investors, and that's, they're our customers. We want to make it safe so that they retain with us. So it sticks with it.
That is part and parcel of the business, but how is it impacting your performance and therefore the shareholder return is what I wanted to understand.
No, absolutely. See, we are in multiple, we offer multiple products on our platform, and each product has its own business model, its own pricing, its own revenue. And there is a penetration that works on a platform. Like if 100 customer comes, how many of the customers are doing stocks, how many doing trading, how many are doing ETFs or mutual funds or different products. And each penetration will definitely change over time with the market conditions. It will change over the customers' conditions also, because they start their journey with one of the products and then they evolve, they get into different products. And the behavior of this, that's what the platform gives an advantage, because you don't need to do an SIP every single day. You don't need to, do trading every time. You can do investments, and then you can buy stocks for long. So that whole platform gives a comfort to the customers to stay for long and long time.
All right, but going forward, regulatory risk is a big one for your sector. And the second one is the overall momentum of the market. Now, since your inception of the company, 9.5 years, we have been in a fairly bull market. You haven't seen the Lehman crisis. Now the globe is also getting into uncertainty with tariff situation. We have seen some dampening of sentiment. So the dependency on these two factors, how at your end you are safeguarding the business for value creation of such a large number of shareholders, for being able to tide over different situations like these?
So, I have seen those crises as an investor. I started investing in 2003, 2004, and I've seen some of those crises as an investor. But yes, definitely, we have had good years in the past, and on a longer term, I think we'll have good years as a country is growing, scaling. There will be for some quarters and some months where the market will go up and down. But as a business, see, what makes us resilient is the power of offering multiple products to millions of customers. So if you see that the markets are not very bullish and they are going downwards or sideways, you will see less people want to come in space, and there will be lesser new acquisition. But then you will see a lot of people who are existing are increasing wealth creation in their life, right? They are having more savings, so they participate even more. So the penetration, from a business point of view, the penetration amongst the existing customers goes up. So it balances out over time. I'm not saying that every month, every day is going to be exactly same, because we are in a capital market. We have to live with the fact that there's going to be movement, and this is part of it.
But in terms of other verticals of growth which are not heavily dependent on market momentum, how are you growing that, and what is the future potential of growth for the investors?
Yeah, so there are a lot of businesses, new businesses that we are, I think we've already talked about it.
Yes.
See, when customers graduate from how they started their investing, now a lot of our customers are becoming affluent, and their need of the products and the services are also evolving. A lot of them want portfolio management services, they're looking for alternate investments, they're looking for advisory in some form and factor, and a lot of products which are, so far have been for HNIs.
Yes.
And we are building wealth. I think we already spoken about it. Wealth is one big offering that we will be.
So Fisdom was
required.
Yes,
correct.
So Harsh, now wealth is not a digital first business so far in our traditional market. How are you going to crack that space with only digital approach? Because we have many big players in the wealth management business who have a very close network and relationship with big clients. So the competition is very stiff.
So we look at things in a very different way. So we don't think it from the supply or the manufacturer or the financial point of view. We see from a customer point of view. Are our customers digital? If they are digital, they want services to be digital. They want the experience to be digital. If it is not done, then we'll do it. But then the idea is that we should understand what customer needs and how their behaviors are changing, and we should build our services and our offering accordingly. And that's been the way Groww has been built.
Right, and when we talk about your acquisition cost because of digital play, that is on the lower side. You are doing cross-selling, and how I understand your business is also that you are using the technology to cross-sell the right products to the right people given their customer behavior. Now, when we look at this particular aspect, the cohort has been the new age first timers in the market, the ones who invest a lesser ticket size also. How are you going to increase and upscale yourself because into a much higher margin play and a much larger play than more of a volume play as we are seeing with your pan-India presence?
See, we think a little differently. We don't think like cross-sell or upsell or anything. We just think that, we have to give it access to people. So, yes, of course, there are customers who are doing smaller amount of investments, but then there are customers who are doing large amount of investments.
Right.
There are some customers who are doing maybe 1,000, 5,000 rupees SIP, but you will also see people who are doing a 30,000, 50,000 or a lakh rupees SIP also. So once you are a platform and you build on a tech infrastructure, we as a company, we as a platform doesn't need to differentiate or between a low versus a high, because it doesn't cost us to serve all the same. So our focus has always been, can we add more products to our portfolio? Like we were talking about, right? Recently we were working on commodities. We did not have it on our platform, and a lot of our customers started asking, can can they have commodities on Groww? And then we started building, and it takes time for us to build because we want to build the best experience. And once we have it, there will be few customers who will use it. Not everyone would and
So
should.
which of your verticals, and you're working on several of the verticals right now, you have MTF, you have NBFC play, you have wealth business, commodity trading, and of course the main broking business and mutual funds. What is going to give you growth in terms of performance going forward in the next couple of years?
See, so part of our core business is again giving access to capital market, and that has been going on. We'll keep on adding more customers to it. There's a lot more penetration, as we spoke about just now, is pending. So that growth is far more, left as what we have achieved so far. In addition, there will be few products that we'll keep on launching. You already talked about. There's a commodity margin trading funding is we launched recently, that is growing, scaling.
Yes.
So there'll be a lot of these, and wealth offering, as we spoke about, that will also continue being our focus.
Which will be the biggest growth driver, and some numbers on the outlook for growth going forward?
So numbers I can't give right now. It will evolve. I think once the products goes to the market and then people start using, and we'll know that. And yeah, I think core business is.
Share, what is your aim now, Harsh? I'm sure with over 1,000 crores in your kitty now for capital expenditure, now you will be aggressive in the growth momentum. So how are you going to utilize it, and how much growth are we expecting in market share as well?
No, so we don't need to be aggressive. See, 80% of our growth is coming organic. And again, as a leader, you always get that trust and love of the people. So it is word of mouth that has been helping us far more in growth across anything. The part of the money that we'll do, of course, there will be some in continue building the brand and the trust with the people. And a lot of it will go in the technology, and some part of it go in the other products also that we're.
So Harsh, there's one company which gave a huge exit to its investors and has come back to the market to raise a huge amount of money for growth capital in 1 year's time. So therefore, my question to you as well, this 1,000 crores that you have raised through this IPO process, how long is it going to sustain when it comes to your capital expenditure plan?
We are a profitable company. We generate cash, which we use to invest in more products, and even for MTF and other products.
Yes.
So the capital that we're raising is very specifically for these things.
All right. And when we talk about the customer stickiness, the active users, as well as the new acquisitions that you are doing on a regular basis, any insight on the growth momentum for that as well? We need some numbers at least now that you don't have compliance restrictions.
No, it's not about compliance. I think it's more about, the way we look and the way we build business is very different. We look at the customer's need, what do they need, and we keep building. And if you're on a platform and you have multiple products, I think the idea is that if people are getting access to all the products that they need, and in the right and responsible way, and we continue doing that.
All right. You want to, just one more question, Harsh, before I let you go. A large part of the market is unorganized and is very competitive as well. In terms of dealing with that competitive intensity, and of course you have a tech stack which gives you that penetration. In terms of the competitive intensity, how do you see the market, and what moat does Groww offer to stay alive and ahead in the game?
See, I focus again. I'll tell you maybe the cost of repetition, because see, if you see the market is huge, then the more important than the competition is that are we able to build a responsible channel for the retail customers to come and invest in stocks or mutual funds or whichever capital market product they do. So the bigger challenge, not just for us, for everyone, is to keep educating, keep helping people to be able to participate, and we continue building on that, and that will give us the, all the growth and the financial, all numbers are an outcome of that effort.
That's right, Harsh. In fact, the trust that you built with your shareholders with the consistent return, and the trust you built with your online customers with the safety on the platform, these two are the critical aspects for Groww for the future growth. Many congratulations on a good listing. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks.